Let me tell you something right off the bat. If you'd told me a year ago I'd see a black woman in dirty overalls walk into the most elite aerospace company in the country and, by the end of it, force the CEO to his knees in front of the whole damn industry, I'd have laughed in your face. But that's exactly what happened. 19 years after Dr. Elijah Carter, the best engineer nobody wanted to talk about, went down in a crash everyone called an accident, his daughter Janelle strode into ether dynamics, boots scuffed, carrying her old man's tool bag, looking for nothing more than a chance to get grease under her fingernails and maybe fix something that matters. What she didn't know was she was about to kick over a hornet's nest that had been humming along just fine without her. So picture this. Ether's all glass and chrome, security badges. Folks in suits moving fast like the floor might open up under their feet if they slowed down. Janelle stands out like a wrench in a jewelry store. She walks right up to the receptionist, cool as you please, says she's here about the temp mechanic job. You could see the woman's eyebrows arch. But hey, after a few side glances and wait right here, ma'am, Janelle's through, marching toward Hangar 7, the pride of Ether, home to their darling, the Skyhawk X. This is supposed to be the next big thing in flight, the one every general and billionaire's betting their pension on. And just as she walks in, the whole hangar turns to look at her like somebody just tracked mud into the Oval Office. Preston Maddox, CEO, man so slick you could skate on him. He's there in the middle, selling this prototype to a crowd of investors and officers. Suits everywhere. The engine sputters. Warning lights go crazy. Maddox's pitch goes south, engineers scrambling, sweat popping up. Janelle's watching the readings from the back. She sees something nobody else sees. A pattern. Airflow choke, back pressure. She mumbles it, and this young tech named Liam actually listens. How the hell do you know that? He asks. She shrugs, just says, pattern's familiar. The engine crew can't fix it. Maddox is about to pop a vein, and Janelle just steps up. Excuse me, mind if I take a look? It's like she farted in church. The room stops. Maddox tries to laugh her off in front of everyone, but she just stands there, steady as a rock, lays out the problem. He tries to turn her into a joke, but the crowd's restless now, hungry for a miracle. So, with nothing left to lose, Maddox throws her the gauntlet. 5 minutes to embarrass yourself, Miss Carter. She walks up. Liam slips her the schematics, and she dives in. Her hands know what to do, methodical, fast. In 4 minutes, she's got the damn thing humming. You could hear a pin drop before the whole crowd erupts. For one bright second, she's the hero. But you know how it goes. The applause fades. Maddox slaps a smile on, offers her a trial consultant job, but you can see it in his eyes. She's not supposed to win. He's already plotting. By the next morning, words spread through the company like wildfire. Janelle's the outsider. Some folks nod at her, most ignore her. And the old guard, white men who've been around since the Cold War, eye her like she's a virus. They think you're just here as a PR stunt, Liam whispers. Doesn't matter. She gets her head down and works, all while watching the cracks in the place widen. Twist is, while she's digging through a storage closet for parts, she stumbles on blueprints dated back to 2006, marked Project Horizons. And she recognizes those lines, those curves. It's her father's work, but branded with somebody else's name. Her gut turns. She starts remembering. Sitting on her dad's lap, him saying the secret is in the flow. Nell. Air and fuel got to dance. Suddenly, she's back in that hangar, watching another calibration error pop up. This time, she finds someone's been in her workstation, monkeying with settings, trying to set her up. She calls them on it in front of everyone. Silence. Now the old guard knows she's sharp, maybe even dangerous. Maddox hauls her into his office, tries to scare her corporate smile. Icy threats. Know your place. She gives him nothing but her back as she walks out. Later, alone, she finds a message scratched inside a panel. The truth is buried in the blue jet. Her father's handwriting. That night, with Liam and Shahana, a junior engineer who's been quietly backing her, she unpacks a non-standard module they found hidden in the Skyhawk's guts. It's old, from 2007. Data's corrupt, but eventually Liam recovers a fragment, a voice message. It's Elijah Carter, warning. If this module is active, I didn't make it. They're using Skyhawk to bury what we built. Now it's not just about pride. It's about murder and theft. They move fast. Preston gets the board to lock Janelle out, paints her as unstable, sabotaging the project. But the near disaster on the test flight proves otherwise. Her safety override saves the test pilot's life. Instead of a thank you, she gets escorted off the premises. You know how it is, corporate runs on ego and fear.so. What does she do? She and her friends build a prototype from her father's real design, in secret, in an abandoned part of the hangar. Liam, who's been offered hush-money promotions to spy on her, records everything. Harland, the old chief engineer, finally breaks. He admits to Liam that he was the one who signed off on removing the safety override, pressured by Preston. He's been covering for him ever since, out of guilt and fear. When Preston tries to fire her for good, Liam walks into the board meeting and drops the recording of Preston's threats and admissions. The board, already nervous with press circling, reverses course, calls for an investigation. In the background, Shahana cracks the data from the Skyhawk module. There it is, not just proof of design theft, but documentation that the safety override her father designed was deliberately removed, resulting in his death. The story breaks. Protests, news vans, engineers defecting, pilots speaking out. Preston tries to discredit Janelle, but the community stands by her. Elijah Carter was too respected, and the technical evidence is bulletproof. A former security chief turns whistleblower, handing Janelle emails showing Preston pressured the test coordinator to ignore Elijah's warnings. Even the company's founder, Delaney Shaw, comes out of retirement and hands Janelle her father's last notebook, complete with signed statements predicting exactly what happened. With everything on the table, audio, documents, expert witnesses. The board fires Preston, rebrands the company as Carter Aerospace Technologies, and installs a new CEO with integrity. Preston, who tried to flee, is dragged back to face criminal charges: fraud, theft, negligent homicide. At the trial, Janelle testifies. The jury listens to her father's recorded warnings, to Preston's arrogance. The verdict is swift: guilty. For Janelle, the victory is bittersweet. She's made chief of innovation, but asks instead to run a mentorship program, building the next generation of engineers, making sure no brilliant kid gets buried because of what they look like or where they come from. At the inaugural flight of the Elijah 1, the plane her father dreamed of, she climbs into the cockpit herself, the world watching. "Let's show them what you built, Dad," she whispers, then takes to the sky. The flight is flawless. As she lands, the applause is thunderous, but it's a shy 12-year-old black girl who asks her, "Was it scary up there?" And Janelle tells her the truth: not scary, exciting. The sky's for dreamers like you. That's how it ends, for now. Janelle, holding her father's letter, passing the torch, making space for the next kid who's told they don't belong. Because, justice isn't just a verdict. It's legacy. And it's on all of us to decide. When the truth gets buried, do we walk away or do we dig? So, what do you think? Was Janelle right to risk everything for the truth? Where's the line between justice and revenge, and who gets to draw it? I want to hear your take. Drop your thoughts below. Let's talk about what real justice looks like, and whose genius gets to shape the future.